Hi guys, as you know, we've been extremely bullish for forever, and now my tiles and everything around this is saying that it's over. Market looks shit. So I'm going to throw a few worst case scenarios at you, and I want to explain why I think the alt is going to go lower still. Maybe coins like XRP, they've moved nicely. Cardano, Solana won't necessarily go lower, but for the majority, I think some of these coins are going to go lower. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin pushed all-time highs, consolidated, and moved down. And oh no, this is not Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin at 65. But I want to show you the similarities between this and where we are at the moment. And just as a confluential danger or warning, beware, So once Bitcoin entered the 60s, so it started leaving 44, 45, it quickly went to 70K really fast. 2 weeks and you're there. Okay. And this leaves a gap, typical. Okay. So one can argue between that range and that range, there is a gap. So it means that if we bring in the volume, let's maybe load the volume indicator real quick. What you will find is that in that area up to there, very low volume. When we move up, when we move past that range, that's when the volume becomes high. So why is that? If this is the money that needs to move it, why when there's more money it slows down? Well, simple. That's when more opinions enter the market. The bus is full, can't move, So while we're on our way to that area, the volume from high to low goes down, pushes us into a new area, and then volume picks up again, and then we're stuck. Okay, so let's cancel this, all of this, and have a look at where we are now. And just as an additional, what do we have? We've got a trend that's still holding and all is still well. So to say that we're going to go to these lower areas doesn't make sense when you're staring at price right there. And this is now the same story that I want to share with you guys. I'm saying to you that we're potentially going to go lower. And for a lot, this doesn't make sense because look at what we've done. But yet again, as soon as we start leaving the upper end of this range, so let's mark them out, okay? Upper end of the range, okay? Moving into where the new end of the range starts, okay? As soon as we're leaving that, from that point onward, what happens while the move pops? Low volume. Okay, and immediately when we get to this area, volume's a little higher. Now, it's a little harder to read this one. Typically, what I would use is a moving average on the volume line, but I'm just going to speed things up and just leave it at that. So, just like in this instance, let's just do this. We've got a trend. Everything is still okay, but the trend line is still there. There's a trend like this, and there's a trend like this. One can argue that everything is still okay. We're still in an uptrend, all's well, and we had a trend like that and a trend like that, exactly the same way. The danger is that I'm seeing now is, okay, we're breaking or testing critical trend levels. Doesn't mean that there can't be a short-term uptick in the market. Remember those get out of jail sell zones I gave you guys for the alt? A short uptick in price. But in all fairness, looking at the daily, looking at the way things are looking, it's fair to assume that price is going to want to come back down to these lower levels at 80, becoming more probable than it was when we were here. Okay, so be warned. Now, taking this over to altcoins, Ethereum. I want to show you, and I don't want to go through 20,000 coins today, but I want to show you one thing to look at, something you can use, and I'll do a couple examples of them. It's nothing pre-prepared. So if I look for it and so forth, you need to bear with me, okay? But I'm going to show you one thing that's going to help you, okay? And that's simple. When you have massive sell-offs like this, okay, there's two ways to argue around the problem. There's one, wicks like those tend to get filled, and then there's wicks like those tend to be bottoms. Which is which? Let me show you. So let's look at the previous time we had a massive candle. This is not Ethereum. Okay. Once the candle got created, the next few candles, 3 or 4 candles, traded in that zone. And then from that point onwards, the argument goes, because we traded in that zone, wicks like those tend to get filled and some. So it goes into the demand, buys it up, goes, fails to make a higher high, and typically makes a lower low. Now, here's the other side of this, okay? When you have a strong wick like that, but price immediately trading above the closing price, the argument is wicks like those tend to be good demand zone buys. Meaning, if I put a 50% fib on it, in the future, we'll go and test it, but price won't necessarily make a lower low. Okay, let's take this onto another coin. Let's use Curve. Mr. Simpleton, let's use Curve. That's a really good example. Curve, let's go and have a look at times. When you have wicks like these, okay, price trades above it, wants to test. Okay. Chances are wicks like those, trades below it, it will test and fill and sell. Okay, so you can see that the nature of the wick and what happens directly thereafter does have an impact on the future. We can try and look at this for the upside as well. Let's see if we can find something. There's one. Wicks like those, to look crazy, comes and tests, goes further. It's the reversal. Wicks like those, this is maybe a exception to the rule. Price kind of traded above it, test, and then fell, but traded in it convincingly. So you understand that there is no way of guaranteeing this. I wish I could say that it is the way it works exactly, but the chances are statistically that because of what happened in the last few weeks for us, let's go back to Ethereum. Okay, because of what happened, the way Bitcoin is looking, the imbalances for Bitcoin and where we are with Ethereum. Where's my little arrow that takes me to the beginning? Come on, trading view, consistency here. Okay, because of this, I am worried that we're going to probably go and fill the imbalance, $3,000, and from that point onwards, go make a lower low. Shitty. Okay, doesn't mean the bull market's over, because taking this back to Bitcoin, if this happens, Bitcoin goes and dumps into the buy zone there, chops around here, it's still bullish, just like that. The only thing is we still haven't established a bottom end of the range. What do I mean by that? When we first reached resistance here, we made lows, and all those lows were at the halfway of the RSI. Then we migrated to the lower end of it, maybe testing, reject it, but only here we had a edge to edge scenario where the RSI, everything went bearish. And that could be considered the bottom of the trading range, the secondary test, okay? And then your shakeout, and then your move, and that's it. So if I use that same analysis here, we could potentially go up, creep up, and we could still create a bottom of a range somewhere here at $80,000 before we move on. And that's what I want to warn you guys about. So I don't need to basically talk the subject to death. We don't need to realistically, split hairs over what's going to happen with, the CPI or the PPI and which is still going to come later on today. Pretty much happening now. Let's reload it. Wait. My man jewelry fell. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost there. PPI. So we can look at all these things and debate whether it's going to happen. But for me, the closing thing is wicks like those are scary. So let's quickly have a look at the DXY, see if there's anything we can find there. And then I want to out to stream. I literally, the message is very simple, guys. When you have those crazy wicks, that's it. So the DXY is reversing. So the larger time frame, I'm still bullish. I still think Bitcoin is going to come. It's going to come good. But while this figures itself out, it's not unfair to assume that this thing's going to come back down now, because we are clearly not gaining levels, we're losing levels. Okay. Whereas a week or two ago, there was still optimism from my side. There was still that potential that we could keep momentum and drive on higher. Okay, that's it. That's everything I wanted to say for you guys. Okay, so if there's any coin you want me to quickly have a look at, we can do that. I'm going to quickly go through a few of mine, just to kind of, share the sentiment there. Wicks like those. So you see Cardano is pushing into the imbalance area. Let's just not do it on this tab. Let's do it. Yeah, there we go. There's Cardano. So what will I do? There's the imbalance, and price is on its way to the imbalance. Use that as an exit as close as you can, and then expect that price will go make a low, as you can see there. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin Cash real quick. Okay, all of the alts done this, drived immediately on further. Okay, so there was a stop in momentum, but we'll probably go a little bit lower. Okay, so where's the gap between 380 all the way to at least 400? There's the little gap there. Okay, your imbalance was created right there. There you go. So understand that that would potentially be, if you're underwater, the area where you need to rebalance yourself. The market's going to look for more liquidity to continue on with its move. So be part of it. Take action in that. Okay. We can move over to, let's have a look at DOT real quick. Okay. DOT hasn't performed yet. Okay. So what did we have for the bull side of things? Imbalance. It's in that area. And from a bearish side of things, DOT can rally all the way up to about 5.7 thereabout. You can see there's the imbalance. If that move continues, anything higher from where the current high is at 5.5, expect this thing to move down lower. Okay, fill the gap. Okay, so and this is a dangerous thing. If you think about Solana, okay, there's Solana. Traded one day above it, immediately thereafter trade below it. Remember, the rule is not that guaranteed, but expect a low. See what happened? Created the move, created the wick, traded below it. Okay, so once this is done, Solana will go make a high most probably. Okay, or this could be the exception to the rule. So I'm not trying to say leave everything, but I would definitely say you need to start considering. I'm thirsty, guys. My mouth is dry. Just give me a sec. You just need to consider that we might be in for another month or so downwards move, and it's all based on the basis that, you know, this emotional market cycle. Maybe we're in anger now, and we need to go and get to depression. People definitely aren't depressed. Any of you guys depressed? I don't know. There's only 130 people joining in live. So definitely, if you're not depressed, you're complacent, you don't want to hear bad news, because normally we've got 500 people tuning in. Okay. So you get the idea. Things aren't looking that good. Right. That's it. That's everything from me for today. Keep the message short. Now, real quick, guys. You want to join ByBit. Okay. Go to my Discord. It's very simple. And go to the buddy indicator and go to ByBit sponsorship. Okay. There you can transfer your KYC to a new account if you maybe have an account somewhere else. And in addition, what I will do is I'll reward you. You'll be able to join. You'll be able to get to my daily crypto bot signals. Okay. You can see the stats daily. Okay. You'll have access to the potential scanner, which just shows you when their setup's on its way. You'll have access to my divergence scanner. Remember, I built a bot on these things. Okay. That 50x'd last year. You'll have access to this. Okay. And a 90-day access to the buddy indicator, which means if you go and have a look at all your current setups, okay, there's the buddy indicator. Yes, there's a potential buy, just like the buddy indicator gave you signals for potential sells and so forth. So it helps you keep in mind in strong bullish divergence. It helps you stay on top of things. Okay, I wouldn't suggest using it in any lower time frame than 15 minutes, but it's up to you. Okay, so you'll have access to all this just because you signed up. You support my content, help me, I'll help you. That's it. And that's all compliments or made available by ByBit for you guys. Okay, there you go, guys. Okay, so let's do a few more coins real quick, and then I can end off the stream. Okay, so let's have a look at Uni. Uni might be in the bottom scenario because what? We stayed above that area. So Uni would be a coin. Let's take away the old levels. I would consider in the next pullback to hold strong. Keep an eye out for $7 for Uni. Let's mark this one green because this one does have a little bit better potential. And there's definitely going to be coins like this into the future. XRP, let's have a look at that. A lot of people love XRP. A lot of people in XRP. Wick trading below it. There's a little gap, maybe $2.80, and then XRP could potentially go and see lower targets. Remember what I said to you guys on Tuesday. Okay, here's Cardano. Look at the similarities. XRP is there. Okay, Still a lot that can happen. This thing can keep a lot of people busy here. But ultimately, when it's too fast, it won't last. Price will go and fill that gap. Okay. So just be cautious. Okay. Say, let's have a look at say real quick. Okay. In their long-term investment reload area. So from a hodl point of view, start accumulating say. If we dive this into smaller time frames, what does it mean? It means that could still go a little bit lower. What I don't want to see, say, is fall below this level at 10 cents. So there's still a 50% reduction in price, and I would still consider grabbing some. And it's in these lows where I take every week a little bit of profit from my trading and buy some coins. I bought coins. What coins did I buy? I bought ENA. Where is it? I just saw it. Come on. Where is it? My eyes trying to. Where is it? I'm going to scroll down. It's going to come. There we go. Boom. Okay, I bought ENA. Why? I've been waiting for that buy zone for forever. Okay. I am looking to see whether we're going to hold on this one. So yesterday I bought ENA. Okay. Last week, yesterday I also bought TON. Okay, long-term leverage one. I am currently on the fence with this one. It does feel and look like it's due. A little bit of uptake. And the leverage long means that I'm going to try and get it to at least $4.05. So if you're underwater with time, that's your take action zone. That's what I'm trying to trade towards. Get there, then probably will go lower. Okay. We've looked at curve. And then by accident, I was on the exchange yesterday and thought that I bought this one. We've looked at curve. AI16Z, and I ended up buying something completely different. Now I don't have the name. It just came to me as I was talking to you guys now. Something completely different. Did I add it here at the bottom somewhere? Also a number coin that ended up looking exactly the same, but more bullish. So by accident, never trade when you're tired. Note to self. These kind of things happen. Okay, let's have a look at HBAR. I'll get the name and bring it to you. There you go. Wick, lower low. If you look at this, probably going to come right back down. So the alts are probably due for a lower low. Smaller the alts, the more severe the retrace, or the bigger the move the other day, the more severe the retrace. Okay, and it's all dependent on Ethereum for me still. ETH is still the main daddy. Okay. There you go. Guys, that's everything that I wanted to do and chat. I'm going to take some of your questions. Let's start with VISTA coin. Let's have a look at VISTA. 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 Let's have a go to IO. Let's have a look at VISTA coin. See there, Wick. Traded below. Well, that's not quite there. You need a huge wick. The body and the wicks are roughly the same, so that one doesn't count. Let's have a look at this. Go to the top. Nothing there that I can show. Okay. Long accumulation in an area. So one can argue that VISTA coin, well, there is a big wick. Okay. One can argue that VISTA coin is starting with accumulation. Okay. Long-term fib reload. It's in the right range. And the easiest way to do this is to actually use the buddy indicator. Now, I've updated the script. So all you need to do, if you have it, just update the script by clicking on the 3 dots and switch to, say, a daily time frame. And buddy will actually color code the coins for you regarding the kind of trend you're in. Okay. Now, this was so violent for it. It was in a bit of a correction. Then it gave a massive move to the upside. So the maths on this one is still a little crazy. But in short, it's red at the moment. Now, I also, for everybody that built this, okay, in the group, if you've got the indicator, you'll have access to this channel. Let me do this, the trade guide, which basically explains how the market works, teaches you so that you can understand what the various things mean for buddy, okay? And then if you know which one it is, a bear market, okay, you know how to trade. You can click on the bear market, you can look at the emotion, and it tells you what strategy you need to use for that specific thing, okay? Emotion meaning I can talk about the 3 main prevailing emotions that people do type of trading: fearful, big sell-offs, trying to buy a bit dip, greed, it's at resistance, trying to break through or showing signs of breaking through, and then complacency, it's just boring, doing nothing, so people don't care or stop caring. Okay, so all of that's also there. So get your ByBit account, get it over there now real quick, and get access to this, because it's a limited time only, and that's it. For the rest of you guys, thanks for taking the time. There's more coins, more everything. All you need to do is join my Discord, and we can look at those in greater depth. But the story, I think I can say 20 more times, is pretty much the same. Okay, there's enough precedent now to say that. Okay, even if we do go up to about 100 again, the chances are really good that we're going to go move down. Okay, and just like these sell zones or take profit zones in the alts didn't quite make sense, this is the exact same thing. It just doesn't quite make sense, but statistically, it's the highest probable play. Market needs new fresh orders to drive it further, and it's not going to find it here where everybody's buying. That's for sure. Okay, didn't find it here. Okay, it didn't find it there. It didn't find it there. I didn't get that buy zone, remember? It found it here, funny enough. Remember, there's an exception to all rule. I missed that buy zone, okay? But all the others, we did okay. Okay, so there you have my track record. Guys, you have a lovely day. Thanks so much, and see you again tomorrow. Hopefully, I can come with a more positive spin on things and saying, don't worry, we're going to go to the moon next week. Cheers, guys.